All right. Live, 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 live. The importance of gratitude and how it relates to truth. So, I have my people going, my team, my crew, my tribe running through my challenge right now. And one of the things we're talking about today is the importance of gratitude. So, my entire call today is about gratitude. And I just want to share a couple of things. Uh, the method that I teach inside of, we have kind of four ways in which we break down a human being, right? Body deals with the meat popsicle that we walk around with, right? It's your body is the vehicle. Your body is your health. The body is how we move from point A to point B. If your body is no longer, then you, as a spirit having a human being experience, a spirit having a human experience, it doesn't end anymore. You have to have your body to have this experience. So you have your body. And then you have your being, your spirituality, or who are you being? Who are you showing up as? Are you being the angry asshole that shows up because you want to, or are you being the kind, gentle person? It's a choice. It's how you choose to show up in this world. And being ties in pieces of your spirituality. What do you believe in? Do you believe in Christ? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you Jew? Do you believe in the spaghetti monster? Is there no God? Is there a God, but it's not one that anyone understands? Like what is this piece of you that is connecting you to this higher power? If you don't believe there's a higher power, that's great. Why? What is it that you see that does not include that there is something higher than you? As long as you have a belief in terms of spirituality and how you play and who you're being in the entire universe, then there's a conversation there that can be had. So, body, being, balance. Balance is your close family and friends. I have a wife and 3 kids. So those are my tight knit. And then one circle outside of there is my parents and my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law. Like that's one circle out. And then inside of there, one circle out, probably close to the same circle as my really close friends, people who I communicate and connect with, right? But inside of that is this family, this tight knit circle of the family that I am leading and helping build and nurture and am steward of with my wife. So my balance, right? Your close family friendships. And then the last one is the business. Who are you showing up as? What is the impact? What's the work and the deposit into the earth while you're here that you are making? What is it that you do for impact? What is it that you do for business? As an engineer, I solve problems and I help people and I help companies develop products that help the people on earth, right? As a coach, I want to impact the engineers. I want to impact the people who are having an impact because there are so many engineers who aren't taking care of themselves, who don't even know that there are ways in which you can take care of yourself that let you show up better on the planet, right? So, body, being, balance, of business. Now, where does gratitude come in? Gratitude comes in because in my frame, the way that I view it, I think there's a 5th B, and that is brain. Okay. Going back to the age of people who started thinking and writing things down, humans were identified as the human themselves as mind, body, soul, right? Body, brain, being in terms of this framework and then the B's framework. Your brain is not who you are. For a very long time, I used to think that I was my brain. I used to think that I am my brain having an experience of my body, having an experience of the world. That's too close. That's a level of separation that there's a level of separation there that needs to be had. I am not my brain. I have an example of this. I had a woman who I went to school with, and in my junior year, her senior year, she had a stroke. And I went and saw her in the hospital, and there was a moment where she was trying to come up with the words. She was trying to come up with a word, and she's like, it's so weird because I know the word is there. I just can't access it. And that was one of the things that helped lead to this domino effect of me recognizing that I am not my brain. My brain is just a tool. Because if I was my brain, I wouldn't be able to talk about not being able to access a word. You wouldn't have somebody who has a stroke and then loses a piece of their brain and they're still here. They're still them. They're still the human. They just can't access that part of the server, that part of the hard drive. So your brain is not who you are, but a brain is a critical function of the experience you have here on Earth, here on this planet. Gratitude. I have a moment where I had started at Tesla. I'd gotten fired. I I got hired at Tesla. I had a way to make money. My life and my family was saved. And I went and started my job. And I was there for about 4 months. And I feel like when I went in, I kind of hit this molasses. I was ready to go and I was fired up and I got in and things were moving slower than me. Even at Tesla, where I was at, things were moving slow. And so they sent me to Ohio, and I went out to Ohio for training in February. And my daughter's birthday is in February. And I was out there while my daughter was going to have her second birthday. Not her party, but I was going to miss her actual day. And I was really down. I was feeling quite depressed and upset and fearful that I was not doing the right thing. And I listened to a Joe Dispenza talk where he talked about if you want to radically change your life, practice gratitude for 5 to 10 minutes a night right before bed for 7 days in a row. In doing so, you can change your life. And I was in a bad spot, so I tried. I just did this gratitude practice, and I just thought, and the very first thing I thought of was I had gratitude for my heart. Gratitude for this thing that I didn't have to ask for, I didn't have to earn. It's just a function of who I am. My heart beats every day, and it has beat every day, every time, regularly for all 43 years I've been on the planet with zero asked. It doesn't require me to do anything. It doesn't require me to be nice. It doesn't require me to do anything other than show up and be. Like, it requires nothing. Your heart requires nothing. How much gratitude can you have for the organ in your body that helps process and has emotions come through, that beats and pumps lifeblood through and oxygen and everything else? Your heart is an amazing thing. What a thing to be gratitude. And that's where I started with gratitude for my heart. And then I had other things that I found gratitude in. After 7 nights, 7 days in a row, I found gratitude was life-changing for me. I dug more into gratitude and I figured out that gratitude is actually the antidote to fear. I want to say that again. Gratitude is the antidote to fear. You cannot feel fear and gratitude at the same time. They cannot coexist. So if you can institute a gratitude practice, if you can continue to find a way to bring gratitude into your life, whether it's a moment at night or throughout the day or in all moments with intention or just passively, if you can find a way to bring gratitude into your life, 2 amazing things happen. 1, you continually dispel fear. 2, if you have a gratitude practice that you do at night, I'm going to tell you how that feeds your brain. I'm tying this all together, okay? So, how does this relate to truth? Fear is not truth. Fear is not truth. Fear is an expectation of something that might happen. That is not true. It can be made true and it could be true, but the truth of a situation that's really, really, really bad has nothing to do with fear. Even if you're in a situation that's bad, it's fear of things that will continue to come if the situation remains bad. Fear is not reality. Fear is not truth. And as I just said, gratitude is the antidote to fear. So if fear is not truth and gratitude is the antidote to fear, then gratitude is very much tied to truth. When you can be grateful for things, even if things are hard, then you are living in a truth. You're living in a presence. You're living in the absence of fear, even for a moment. That is where truly divine connection can occur. It can change your life. Gratitude as a practice is amazing. Now, I'm going to tie this together with your brain. One of the things I realized is a lot of people, especially thought workers like engineers, a lot of people believe that the way in which you occupy and feed your brain is to feed it data, right? Feed your brain data and it takes care of itself. That would be like saying the way that you put fuel in a car is to drive miles. No. The output is data analysis. The output is processing. The output is strategic consideration. The input to a car is gasoline or electrons or hydrogen. The input is the fuel. The output is what it does. So the input to your brain is data processing and analysis and thought and strategic ideas, right? That's the output. The input to your brain is gratitude or fear. Now, I suggest you use gratitude. And here's a practice that I want you to try. At night, before you go to bed, for 7 days in a row, try thinking of gratitude. Find ways to bring gratitude into your life in that moment. Because what happens is when you're asleep, when you feed your brain gratitude, your brain chooses to process that as fuel while you are off wherever we go in our dreams. And when you wake up, I'm not saying that it radically changes the way you wake up every day. There are still days that I wake up in a panic or in a little bit of fear. But when your brain processes on gratitude all night, that is the fuel you feed your brain. And it is such a pure form of fuel. You can go deeper. Gratitude is the way that you manifest things in your life if you believe that that's how that works. I do. I believe that acting and having gratitude for things that I want in my life, having gratitude for them now and energetically acting as though they are here brings them closer faster. Gratitude is one of the most underrated, underappreciated things that we can do. And it's free. Gratitude is free. All you have to do is sit and think about something you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for each of my 3 beautiful children. I'm grateful for the house that I'm living in. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a spiritual connection to God that works for me, that is mine. I'm grateful that my mom and dad worked their hardest to give me every opportunity to grow. I'm grateful for the people who have employed me. I'm grateful for the people who have paid me. I'm grateful for the people that I pay for their knowledge and their insight. I'm grateful for the country that I live in. And regardless of all the things that are going on right now and the divides and everything else, I'm grateful that I get to live here and experience it because we are seeing the world change. I'm grateful for AI and I'm grateful for the people who are pushing in that realm. I'm grateful for the expansion to Mars. I'm grateful for electric cars. I'm grateful for gasoline and oil. You can find things to be grateful. And the more you bring great gratitude into your life, the better it fucking gets. And that is undeniable. The way you think about things creates the world you see, and gratitude creates an amazing world. When you bring gratitude in your life, you're actually enabling yourself to see truth. You're enabling yourself to see life, even in snippets, in the absence of fear. Gratitude is one of the ways in which I practice using the tools and everything that I teach. So if you want to learn more about gratitude or ways to specifically implement this into your life, please send me a DM. Brandon E. Grant, signing off. End of another live.